20 minutes late. Welcome to everybody out there in the world today. We are 20 minutes late. Thank you for tuning in. And I've already got Leon, our guest today, Leon Webber, the coach at Futgen Football Academy, already online. So we do apologize, but I'm sorry. I had to watch the Spurs game first. So me and my bright ideas putting up 2 o'clock was just not the one. But Leon and I know what's going on here. We've had to change our format from yesterday, but we are here today. So, Leon, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Yourself?
Okay. I'm not too bad. As you can see, I'm like, a lot of palpitations today. But the main thing is I'm hoping that everyone can see us. I'm literally just putting ourselves on live just to, I've got the chat room up as well. Oh, we've got people in the chat room already. Fantastic. Hi, guys. How you all doing? But here we are, standing in my truth. Now, we've never gone on a Sunday. We've always done a Saturday. So this is quite unprecedented. So we're going to try and keep it to the format that we have on a Saturday. But the first and foremost, Leon thinks that he has one over me because we discussed football yesterday. So we're going to jump in first with all the results of yesterday and what we decided what it was going to be. Leon, you battered me.
What did you predict?
Oh my God! Everything I predicted, I lost.
Yeah, I had a feeling Man United would come through.
Is that right? So you actually thought that Man United was going to come through?
I did.
You really thought Man United was going to come through?
I said it yesterday. They even went one better than what I said.
I know, right? So you predicted them to be 3-1, didn't you?
I said 2-1. It turned out 3-1.
Yeah, and I said it would go the other way round, where I thought Everton would beat you 2-1 or 3. Was it 2-1? I said, didn't I?
Yeah.
Damn, I owe you. It's a good thing we're in COVID because I owe you. So that's one to. By the end of this, guys, he's going to muller me, and not only that, you better have your trivia ready because I'm actually going to throw a football quiz to you right halfway through the show.
You can't throw that on me like that.
You didn't expect me to do that to you, did you?
No.
That's the beauty of Valerie. That's the beauty of me. Do you know what I mean? Right, okay. So, Leon, thank you for joining me today. So before we even get into the football, please introduce yourself to the world, who you are and what you do.
So my name is Leon Webber and I am a coach at Futgen Academy based over in Chingford.
Okay. No, there's no, you don't go, that's just me. So I'm Valerie and this is just me. I'm only kidding. I'm going to bring you back. Right? Leon, when I asked you to come on the show, you were like, oh my God, what am I letting myself in for? How could I do this? Oh my God, I can't do this. But I really am glad because we had such a very good talk. And so I want to now share and humanize you to the world what you've told me. So I'm going to start with, you just said you're Leon, you've got a club over, but it wasn't called Futgen in the beginning. How did you, let me go to, where did you come from originally?
So I grew up in Tottenham.
Yeah.
From, as I was saying, I had a nice family upbringing, to be fair. My grandparents done very well, so it wasn't the normal story that you get growing up in Tottenham, young black boy. We actually had a nice big house. I was, not on the streets, had good family support around us, and that's been me, Philip Lane, N15.
Were they the sort of parents that took you to football on a Saturday morning or a Sunday, like what the parents are like now?
No, I do remember my mum taking me to a Tottenham match when I was very young, when I had no choice in who I was going to go and watch.
How dare you? What do you mean you had no choice?
Yeah, no, but other than that, no, I found my first football team myself when I got into my teens.
Right.
And
what was that?
That was a team called Phoenix Youth at the time, and then they changed their name to Lowell. They were based over in Leytonstone.
Oh, really? So wait a minute. It sounds like, even though you were in Tottenham, everything was based over in East, really?
Yeah, because it was my school friends that told me. They saw me playing football, and they all played for teams, and they said, "Why don't you play for a team?" And it wasn't something that crossed my mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, they told me that.
Oh, Mohammed, thank you. Sorry, so people are waving at me. I'm saying hi. Sorry. Yeah.
They told me the team that they played for, and yeah, I had to make my way down there.
Okay, so here we are, started from an early age, playing football. What was your first team was over at Lowhall in Leytonstone, and as you progressed, were you scouted? Did you what was that your first profession that you wanted to do? Did you have this burning desire that I want to be a footballer?
No, actually, I just played for fun. To be fair, I just played for fun, but there was a story where there was one particular time where my coach said to me, "Make sure you come and turn up, have a good game on the weekend, get plenty of sleep." And I was asking him why. He said, "I don't want to tell you why, but just make sure you have a good game this weekend." And I was on his case. And in the end, he told me that West Ham were coming to have a look at me. They heard about me, and they were coming over.
Right.
And yeah, worst thing he could have done is told me.
Why? What happened?
I just turned into Cristiano Ronaldo in my mind, and started doing all sorts of crazy stuff on the football pitch. Mostly played the worst I've ever played, and there was no follow-up call. There was no follow-up call. That was the end of that.
You showboated.
Yeah. I was trying to impress. In my head, that was me trying to impress. How
old were you at the time?
I think I was around 17, 18.
Okay.
Around those ages there. That's when I started, my football started to take off.
Right.
Yeah, around those ages.
Apart from West Ham, was there numerous coaches, or did they ever tell you, apart from West Ham, that you were being noticed and this is what's going on?
No, to be fair, that was the only thing that I heard at that time, but yeah, it was just about fun for me. There was no point really that I ever wanted to be a professional footballer.
Right.
Yeah. Apart from when I heard, sorry?
Apart from when you heard that West Ham was coming.
When I heard that, I thought, okay, yeah, let's go for it. And I went for it.
And you decided that you were Cristiano Ronaldo.
That's it, yeah.
That's hilarious. Well, we'll come back to that part in a moment. Give me a bit about a part. You said you grew up in Tottenham, and even though you were taken to football, was it your mum or your dad that took you to football over in Lowell?
No, I had to make my own way. Just get on the bus.
Oh, really? So they weren't like the parents that we have nowadays, where they automatically get up at stupid o'clock in the morning, take their kids to the football and scream at the edge of the pitches because they think that they're the coach and they know better.
No, they weren't that. There was my mum used to come to my games though, to be fair, but for my training and stuff, I used to make my own way to my training. Funny enough, actually, one story, when I was about 9, I had trials over at Spurs, which I forgot to mention, and around that time,
is that why you hate Spurs?
I did actually start off supporting Spurs, so that's a confession there.
But then what happened? What happened?
Ryan Giggs.
What about Ryan Giggs?
When he came on the scene and he was flicking the ball over people's heads and stuff, I was just like, I support that team. I was still in primary school, so I was young enough to change.
I forgive you.
Yeah.
I forgive you. You were impressed by a ball that flicked over your head and decided that that's it. I'm going to support Man United. You traitor. Traitor. You live in Tottenham.
I know, but it was funny because there was one session when I was trialing at Spurs, Gaza, he was there at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was there and he actually watched some of our sessions, and there was a drill that we had to do and he kept saying, "Go on, Barnes, go on, Barnes." And then my mum was like, "Actually, his name is Leon Webber." And Gaza he went, "Ooh, we've got one here, isn't we?" Yeah.
So your mum piped up, and pretty much your mum piped up. So basically, your mum was one of the parents that was on the touchline that thought she know best. Do not disrespect my boy. Basically, boy, you see what these mothers put us in. You know what I'm saying? That's a hilarious story. So you got to speak, did you get to speak to him and interact with him, or was he just there as a watch person?
He was just there watching. He was just there watching the young kids train and that. Yeah. Didn't really get to speak to him. Too young, too shy.
Of course, you didn't tell me that story.
No, you know, it just came into my head just now, to be fair.
There's so much more little strings to your bow. But okay, we're going to move on so that people can get just a bit more insight into you. So here you are. You're now, you've decided that you're Cristiano Ronaldo, not. And you've decided that, okay, it looks like I'm not going to become a professional footballer. What did you do then?
So I was working. My mum told me to get a trade, make sure I get a trade. If I want to do football, I can, but get a trade in the meantime. So then I studied in college and became qualified as an air conditioning engineer.
Oh, right, okay.
That's what I've been working as.
Yeah.
See? And then...
so in between doing that, did you still continue playing football?
I was playing every weekend, yeah. I was playing Saturdays and Sundays, training a few times a week. Yeah, I was still playing a lot.
Okay. And so you went on, decided that I'm still going to play football, not looking to be a professional per se.
No.
So when did the dream of actually being a football coach kick in then?
So I would say that my cousin, your brother, Pabs, he planted the seed into my head, and he told me that he said that I'll be very good at it and I should set up my own football team and coach all of our the kids that we had around us. But it was, I didn't believe it. So it's something that he told me, and just, I guess I thought it went in one ear and out the other, but really it didn't. It stayed in there, and it wasn't till later on, you know, Paul passed away and other situations happen in life, and you start thinking, I started asking myself, if I didn't have to go to work, if I didn't have to pay bills, if I didn't have to do these things, what is it I would do?
And what was
it? Was coaching kids to play football.
So you had an epiphany and you just said to yourself, okay, you know, my brother being an influence too, which is, God rest his soul, he was such a big influence on a lot of people. And it's only after he passed that I realized how many people's lives he had touched. I knew that he was my hero. There's no two words about it. He just was my hero, even though he was younger than myself. But in everything that he did, his mannerisms, his thought process was just the most beautiful thing to experience. But I thought I was the only one that felt that. And it was only after he died that the outpouring of people that traveled from all across the UK to you know, that not realizing that half of there's footballers to musicians, from the Skeptors to the Big Nasty, and I could call all these guys' names out, to Stormzy. My brother was the one that actually got them to come in and work together and get on the radio station. So I'm sorry if I'm bigging up my brother on this day itself, but I think a lot of people just didn't know that. So it's lovely to hear that my brother was an influence to you, and that made you decide to be a coach. And with that said, did you go into take any coaching lessons from other people? Who did you watch? Who inspired you?
So I went to do my level 1 and then my level 2.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I've done my FA level 1, level 2. Then I went on to do scouting courses as well. So I then got taken on by QPR as a scout for their development centres and coach at their development centres as well.
Oh, wow.
Well, yeah.
So was that scouting for the youngsters? What age group?
Youngsters. So from 9s to 14s, 15s, around those ages there.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's been good. It's been interesting.
I mean, but I'm gonna dig deeper. So is there anyone that you scouted that is doing well today that we may have heard about, or, you know, even if we haven't heard of them, how well are they doing? My backdrop decided to have a malfunction on me. Sorry, folks. How embarrassing is that? So sorry. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah, so like, I've only been doing it since 2015 now. So
Okay.
the players that I have got into the system are still young, but you'll hear
Okay.
about them one day.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. They
Yeah.
keep their heads down, keep doing what they're doing now, working hard. We should have some success stories in a few years. But yeah, they're all still 15s, 16s.
That's brilliant. I think that's excellent. All right. So here you are. You've done all the coaches. So when did you started this football club now, the little football team? How many did you have first? Because you wasn't called Futgen right at the beginning. What, you just actually started with what? How many children?
So it was 2. It was my son
Right.
and my little cousin, Tino.
Okay.
And then we brought over little Noah, who is my son's friend. He's
Right.
now at Futgen, so he's doing well, little Noah. And it was actually Noah's dad. He actually designed my logo, Michael. He designed my logo and he helped me with the name. So I was thinking, we want to do training. It's for the future generation. I was like, let's call it Future Generation. And he was like, well, how about you just split it? How about you call it Futgen? And at first, I was just laughing at, I was just laughing at him. I was thinking that he's a madman, innit? And then the more that we were saying it, I was like, actually, okay. Then I started asking other people. And in fact, I actually registered at Futgen. And then after a few months, I changed it to Future Generation.
Yeah.
And then my accountant was like, why? Everyone in the office said that they preferred Futgen. So then I had to re-register it again.
See, I like it because it does sound quite futuristic.
Yeah.
It's got this edge of futuristic to it. So I like it. But that's why I was going to ask you, why the name Futgen? But you've explained it already, which is amazing. I love that. So now you've decided to have Futgen. You've got what, 4 or 5 players on, playing with you. But it's expanded since then. That's 5, so 5 years ago, you've had this idea, I'm going to be a coach. And this is this is now your journey 5 years ago. Started with 3. How many do you have now? And how many teams have you got?
So we've got 2 teams. We've got 20 players in each team. So that's 40.
Wow, that's a lot.
And then we've got the elite training sessions as well. So the elite training sessions is for people that could play for other teams. So we've got members that are, because obviously some of our members have been signed now, but they still want to continue to train to get the extra training sessions that their club's not offering. So we've got a training session that is opened to people, regardless of what team they play for, even if it's grassroots teams, different academy teams. And yeah, we've got about 15 members in that one there as well. So yeah, it's done good. It's doing good.
I like that. So with the team, you've got 20 people, 20 players, and that's like under 13s, under 16s.
We've got under 15s team at the moment. And we've got an under 14s team at the moment.
Okay. Well, how many trophies have you all won?
Quite a few. A few.
I'm not even going to go there because I remember what I was saying to you, that Drayton played. I never forget when I came and I was with a tournament and your team was against our team. And oh my God. So I think it was under 13s. And you had we had 2 teams like yourself. And we mullered you guys in the not under 9s, under 13s. But then you lot took us off the part on the under 15s. I was not impressed. But then my Dre did good, so it's okay. Okay. At least we came home with a bit of a trophy, so that was all right. But yeah. I've seen your guys play. I've seen. It's a shame because what I wanted, we had a different system set up, which had all the wonderful pictures of all your teams and the videos. But what I'm going to do is that when this show is finished, I will put a show reel together like I've done with all my other shows. And I'm going to put a show reel that will kick at the back end of this and show everybody what Futgen is all about, what you guys have achieved and where you are now. You also told me when I, doing some research that you played over at Spurs, obviously, but that's not with you, but your team did as well.
Yes, one of my friends, Michael, he saw what we was doing with our little team that we was putting together.
That was in the early days, right?
That was in the early days. So I think we may have been under 9s, under 10s at the time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so we went over there, and what they normally do when you go to like category 1 teams like Spurs and Arsenal, when a grassroots team come in, if you're under 10s, they will put out their under 9s because they've got the better players, so to speak.
Yeah.
So they done that with us, and it didn't go according to plan for how they thought it may, and we done well against them. And then
you actually beat my team, under 9s or under 11s team. You went over there and shamed us. It's bad enough that we didn't keep it together on a normal day. You actually went over there and shamed us as well. Brother, don't tell that story ever again. Even though it's gone live, don't tell that story again. Make up any other team but Spurs, I'm telling you right now.
The boys, they've done well.
That's a good thing. That's how good you guys are doing. That's how good it is.
Well.
You was mentioning go on, sorry.
I was going to say it resulted in a couple of boys getting an opportunity to have a trial there.
Yeah. Did anyone get signed?
Not for Spurs, no. They didn't take them on that occasion, no.
So with your Futgen, you have a lot of scouts that probably attend your training sessions, don't they? How many on average would you say on average on a weekly basis? How many scouts would you say would just randomly turn up?
They don't always let you know.
Right.
They don't always let you know, but I do have a few people within my network now that will, on occasions, phone up and say, "What's going on?" You'll see a couple of them pop up at training.
Right.
So, we are noticed. We are definitely, obviously, this COVID situation right now has slowed. That's slowed that area down because clubs are not openly really inviting too much people into their facilities to do showcase games. But that's another part of what we do, just offering showcase games, offering the kids an opportunity to just go out there and play and be looked at, get seen.
You spoke about COVID, and with COVID kicking in, how has that affected your club?
Well, we're on a break now because we can't play again.
Right.
4 weeks. It's not been too bad, to be fair, apart from the breaks when you're not allowed, but the training and everything's been pretty normal. Everything's been pretty relaxed. The matches that we've played have been full contact matches.
Right.
So the guys have been getting good competitive matches still. It's only when they do the lockdown, then obviously everything stopped.
And you've had to what sort of things did you have to put in place for training? So I just wanted to, I want people to get a good idea, people who are actually into football itself. What sort of things have you put into place?
Yeah, so the facilities have got a one in, one out, one route in, one route out, hand sanitizers for if you want to use it, masks for when you're inside the facilities. Parents can't really watch anymore.
That's really?
Yeah, they're trying to. You still get the odd ones out in the car park looking over. But,
That's hilarious. He's in the car park.
You can't hold down the parents.
Giving their expertise, saying, "Oi, referee, no, that's a penalty." I could just imagine them. Talking about that, when we weren't in COVID and the kids, what was the parents like? What was it like on the time? You put your team out. What are the parents like?
Interesting.
What do you mean interesting? Now, what does that mean?
The way that we've come through, where we started off as training, and then a lot of our players got signed straight away. So from early,
right.
Futgen and our coaches have been in the academy system. Now, in the academy system, you stand there, you don't coach, you don't say nothing, you can't say nothing, like you leave it to the coaches. Now we've got teams in the grassroots team. It's just like you try to bring that same thing over us, but you've got the
you've got the parents who are just
11 coaches on the side. 11 coaches on the side, just giving everyone instructions, and It's a bit much. It's a bit much.
Have you ever had to have any arguments like with the parents and stuff like that? Like, really and truly, can you just shut up?
No, not arguments, but you do just let them know, you know, just what we're trying to do, and just let them understand that the information that we may be giving them as a coach could be different from what you're giving them as a parent. So all that then you then get is a confused child. So what I try to do is explain to the parents what we're working on this week, what we're working on next week, so that they have an understanding. They don't feel shut out. Because I think sometimes parents just feel like the driver, you know, they're just driving their kids to football, then they've got no input. So I try to be open with parents and let them know this is what the areas that I think your boy is going to be working on or needs to work on. I'm going to put him in this area of the pitch, because that's another thing. You might put somebody left back and their parents think that they're a striker.
A striker, yeah. Got you.
So, but I would say I'm putting him in this area of the pitch because I want him to work on X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Once I think he's worked on that, we'll then move him back. I don't think he's a left back, but I just want to work on certain things. And I think once you give information, then people relax a bit and they're on board.
Right. That's a good thing, because, you know, I've seen where parents have been so overbearing. And so when they're not happy with that coach, they then take the poor child who's actually form a bond with his team, taking him away and taking them to another team, thinking that they think that he's going to be a bad boy baller. And, you know, they want that coach. Listen, my backdrop don't like me today. Oh my God. Oh my, this is so embarrassing. My backdrop is oh, you know what it is? I think it's my chair that's doing it. My chair my chair is actually telling my backdrop, tearing my backdrop down. So I'm going to move myself a little bit forward here and stop rocking my backside, my big behind. Sorry, everybody. Hey, oh, Letitia, yeah, communication is key. That's right, Tash. That's what we were just talking about, communicating to the parents. I do apologize, guys, that my backdrop it normally it doesn't. As I said, we had to change a lot of things today, but hey, such is life. Right. Coming away from that then. So here you are, you've got an amazing team of guys, you know what I mean? No, it ain't funny. I can't believe it felt, but yo, you people don't even understand. They're laughing at me, Leon. No, Jesus, stop. It's there. I've clipped it back to the board now. Do you know what I'm saying? It's fired. That's gone. But anyway, so coming back out, the parents, you know, you've got the kids here and everything else. Where do you see the future of Futgen? Now, because of COVID, it's just all over the place. Do you know what I'm saying? So if somebody said in this climate, we've got lockdown, the kids can't do anything, you're not even training. Are you still training on a regular basis?
You're not allowed to.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So you've got 4-5 weeks out of idle children. So what are you doing to keep the children alive? Not alive, but keep their training up.
So we're going to start making some videos.
Okay.
We're going to start making some videos. We're going to start making some videos for them to follow and do some Instagram lives, some little workouts and things like that they could do in their garden or in their bedroom without mashing up the mum.
Fantastic. Because that's what they did in the first lockdown. That's what most sports clubs did, didn't they? So you're now going to follow that in the second part of lockdown. Did you do that in the first time?
I didn't, but I saw some good clubs. Essex Road Giants. They're based over in Camden.
Right.
They got a good coach over there, Louis. And I saw that him and his coaches were doing it. And I was watching, and I think it was good. It was good what they were doing.
So now you're going to apply that to your team as well.
Nick Louis' idea.
All right. But there was something else you were also telling me. We're going to go back to the parents bit. You were saying that one way to stop the parents having a go and putting pressure on their kids when they've come away from the football is you're designing an app. Is that correct?
Yeah, so we've got an app. So basically what I've witnessed, and like I used to do it myself, is the car journey home. You have all the feedback, all the analysis of what they should have done, what they could have done, what they never did, what they, you know.
Yeah.
So we've got an app for different areas of the pitch, be it goalkeeper, defender, striker, midfielder. It's just basically a tap button. Shots on target, yes. Off target, no. Pass completion, tackles won, goals scored. Just a list of stuff that you could then just show. Just hand it. Don't need to say nothing. Your son says, what did I do today? Here's your stats. Conversations not needed unless they want to then ask the question or whatnot, but you're not giving them your opinion, if you like, or telling them what they should have done. It's just simple there, and then they could send that app, their results, and put it in the WhatsApp group, and they could compare with their friends.
I really do like that. And no, you cannot. People out there, you cannot be nicking his idea. He's trademarked this idea, and what you should do is say thank you to him from stopping the parents from aggravating the children. So when do you think this will be put into practice?
It's going to be ready for when we come back. It's halfway done now, so we've got 3 weeks.
Yes,
it should be done in the next couple of weeks now. Yeah. Fabulous.
Let us know when you've done that, because that'd be really, really good to highlight that. We'd like to see how that come across. That's right, Natasha. Natasha says it's a great innovative idea. I think it's a great innovation. I think that's brilliant. When that does and it starts to work, please at least, come back for a 15-minute session, test it out, send me a video, and I'd like to put that out there because I just think it's a really cool idea. Very cool. There's another thing you were telling me also, that you don't just get the kids come in to just play football. What else do you offer the children that come to Futgen?
So at the moment, that's what they're doing. They're coming in to play football. But what I try and do is like I've had some parents bring kids to me that you can see they're not at the same level of the group that we're training with. And sometimes it doesn't actually seem like that child is actually interested in football. Maybe the parent's interested in football, but it don't seem like the child is. So just having conversations with the children, listening to what they do, what they talk about the most. I had one child in particular that comes to mind that I could just see he really loved computers. So I went away and found a junior computer coding course. And I sent it over to his mum. Right. And asked her if this is something that he may be interested. And she said, yeah. And he's actually left my session now and doing the computer coding, which is good. And it's something with future plans of Futgen, that's the sort of route that it is that I want to go down.
So now you want to, so 5 years in, the next step for Futgen is, rather than have the children that's coming in, and because like Drayton decided that he got to 16 and then decided, after taking him out in the wind, rain, spending how much on boots, football cut, the kit, you know how it works, Leon, and then decided he didn't want to play anymore. I mean, what's that all about? But his excuse was, I didn't like the cold.
Wow. Yeah.
So what do you tell a child that? And so you can't force him to do something that he doesn't want to do. So what you're saying is you're trying to implement a system that even if the guys come in, from whatever age it is, there's different courses that they can register on. That if football is not their first priority, there's something else that you can put them forward to. Is that correct?
That's correct, because what I'm seeing is there's a lot of boys that are in football, and there's some other stuff like school, for example, they might not be overly interested in.
Right.
So what my goal is for Futgen is I would like to have a premises where we've got the football pitch, where we're doing football coaching, but also have access to a classroom. And then within that, we put together programs so they could learn stuff that you may not learn in school. So maybe learn how to design a website, maybe learn how to trade, just different skills that you may not get in mainstream school. Right. That they could then do things for themselves.
Like a nice different skill set, isn't it? Really and truly.
Yeah.
Okay. With that said, I also wanted to ask you the question is, do apart from COVID has shown a lot of people's a lot of people's well-being is at the moment. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that you guys are mindful within the football academy? Because it's become quite rife now that, you know, we lost another boy just the other day who got let go by Man City and he committed suicide. You know, do you recognize signs like that?
I've not seen nothing. I do talk to the parents to find out how their kids have been getting on.
Right.
I've not seen anything to say that it's affecting the kids that I'm working with in that way. I think a lot of them are happy to be on their fortnight at the moment. So it's just about getting them off of that, really.
Yeah.
So touch wood, I've not got nobody in my group that it is affecting in that way. If there was, though, we do have.
If there was, do you
if there was,
right? Okay.
I've got people within my network that do a lot of work with the community and do a lot of work with regards to mentoring.
Right.
I've got my cousin, he was running the projects over at Spurs Community. He's now doing his own, gone independent, doing Through Life, Richard Allicott.
What's it called?
Through Life.
And where's he based?
They're based in Tottenham.
Right.
They're based in Tottenham.
Right.
And they're running an amazing project they've got a great team around them and they offer support to the local community, the kids.
Excellent. So you've attached that to Futgen as well. So you've got an outlet that if there's any form of for their well-being, yes, no matter what age it is, there's someone there as a support. I love that. Yeah. You've just got so much good things going on down there. All right. No, seriously, you really have, which is one of the reasons why I felt it was imperative that I speak to you to let people know that this is, you know, what grassroots clubs are doing. And you're doing this without any major funding. Does that make sense? It's not like you've got a whole bag of money thrown at you. Who's been sponsoring you guys?
So we've got a few sponsors. We've got, I've got them here. We've got FF Ventures Construction. So they've just sponsored our under 15s team. We've got Views TV Officials. They're another YouTube channel doing great stuff. My friend Semps over there doing some good things. And a company that I'm connected with, Lux Cooling Direct Air Conditioning Company,
right,
who's also sponsored. So yeah, without sponsors, it's
nothing. It's nothing, isn't it? Is it?
No, nothing possible.
What's Is it Viewer TV? You say?
Views.
So Views TV. What do they put out? What do they do?
So they talk about sports. It's about fans having their opinions on their team. So you get everyone that's all the.
I'm gonna check them out.
Yeah, they're doing good stuff. They're doing good stuff.
I like that. Which brings me to, you've had other influential ex-footballers from different strategic coaches have one-to-one, because you do your own sort of like Instagram live. You've had, was it Gabriel you've had, who is now the manager at Spalding FC?
Yes.
Who else have you had? Did Kevin Lisbie?
Kevin Lisbie, he coaches with us as well, and he's got his.
Kevin Lisbie is.
Kevin Lisbie, ex-professional footballer, played for Charlton, played for a few teams, but mainly Charlton, Leighton Orient, famous for his hat-trick that he scored against Liverpool.
Don't let the Liverpool fans hear you say that.
So yeah, he works with us, and he's got his own finishing workshop, working with players that want to improve their goal scoring ratio. So he's doing good stuff. He's putting back with the community as well.
So he come down to Futgen and he's given talks, watch the team train and give them advice.
Yeah, and he takes matches as well. So when we're playing our matches, he's on the sideline as well. So when you've got an ex-professional, you just step back and you just got to learn. You know, I think that's valuable as a child to have somebody that's been where you want to get to.
I love that.
That information that you get.
Yes.
Hopefully.
So he's finishing workshop. What does that entail when you say a finishing workshop? Explain to me what does that mean?
So Kevin, being a striker, he's passing on the knowledge that he gained over the years of how to become a prolific goal scorer.
Okay.
So when we say finishing, we mean scoring goals, putting the ball in the back of the net. That's what he's teaching the boys. So yeah, it's all good.
And he's also telling me that even though he's doing that finishing, he's running other little networks, classes within that finishing. So it's similar to yourself. He's just elevated it a little bit more. What are the other things that he's doing?
He's working with the community. He's working with the kids in the area. He's doing quite a bit.
See, people wouldn't know that, you know, that Kevin Lisbie, I mean, only probably his close circle and the people that he's brought in. But it's good to hear that an ex-footballer is putting, there's a lot of them out there that are putting things back.
There's a lot of them doing good stuff for the community right now. There's a lot. Another person that we had, Lloyd Doyley. Lloyd is, I went to school with Lloyd. So he's one of the professionals that I've come across that I actually saw their journey from year 7 through to over 400 appearances for Watford. So,
oh wow!
So he's somebody that I use as an example to all my players because I've actually seen his journey.
There's something I want to ask you.
Go on.
People don't know this, but you did white collar boxing.
Yes.
You didn't expect me to ask you that, did you?
No, I didn't. No.
All right. Now step into my parlor, baby. Tell people about this. Why did you take up white collar boxing? Because Leon, you know I was frightened.
You was frightened? What do you think I was like?
Why did you do it?
Sorry?
Why did you do it?
It was all around the same thing. It was at the start of everything that I'm doing now. So I was listening at the same time where I was asking myself, what would I do if I didn't have to provide and stuff like that? What would I do?
Right.
Yeah, it was all around the same time. I was listening to different seminars and stuff. And one of the things that successful people, what it kept popping up with is that you need to put yourself in situations where you're scared. So I was thinking, what can I do? Because I ain't jumping out of no plane. I ain't bungee jumping. Like, forget all of that. So what can I do? And I was training in the gym at the time.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? I'm going to sign up for a fight. And my coaches had been trying to get me to fight for a long time. And I would say, yeah. And then every time it came to do the medical, I just wouldn't come back to the gym.
You basically ducked out, right?
Every time.
Okay.
I wasn't on it. Like I've never really got into fights and things like that. So it wasn't. Yeah. But yeah, that's why I signed up for that.
Okay, so you signed up, and what? So you signed up now. You passed the barrier where you said, right, okay, I've done this now. What next? What happened next?
Going through that whole process, like I said, going through the training, you go through so much moments where you've done something that you told yourself that you couldn't do, whether it's completing a certain distance on the treadmill or whatever it is your coach has asked you to do. There was always, it started off with, I can't do this, and then you do it. So there was so much little lessons within the whole process, even before the fight itself, where you just learn, actually, you can do it.
Did you tell yourself a lot, I can't do this? And you were like waking up in cold sweat. You were making every excuse under the sun. It was like any excuse that you could make just so that you didn't want to get in that ring. Did you do that?
There was one time I was training with my coach and he'd done a killer of a session. It was a killer of a session. And he, to the point I was lying down on the floor on my back. I thought we were finished. I was finished. And I saw him ramp up the treadmill, like full speed. He just pressing the button. So I thought he was going to have a workout because I'm just lying down on the floor watching him press the buttons on this treadmill. And then he said to me, right, there you go, Leon, jump on that, 2 minutes.
Oh, my days.
Yeah. So I'm just like, what do you mean? What do you mean 2 minutes? He goes, you got to do that 2 minutes non-stop. So that moment there, I'm just like, yeah, right, whatever. That's what I was thinking in my head. So I was thinking, okay, right? He must just want me to do this for like 30 seconds. He just wants to see how much I could do. I know he doesn't expect me to do the whole 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So I had to have my feet on the side, and then I had to just jump on and just start going. I just there, and I'm just like, okay, let me just try and get to 30 seconds. He's going to see that's enough, and then we're going to stop. Got to the 30 seconds, and I don't know if he knew I was going to press the button or what, but he was just like, he started his motivational talking, like, you can't give up, you can't quit, yeah, don't be it, this and that, just keep going. So I was like, all right, let me see if I could get to 1 minute. I got to the 1 minute, he started talking again, and it wasn't until I got to 1 minute 30, and then I realized there was only 30 seconds left, that it actually then became easy.
So you pushed yourself to that level. So, you know, because that's a lot of training, you know, that's a lot. Did you have to have a different coach altogether? To, apart from your football coach, was it a proper boxing coach that you had?
That was a
proper boxing coach. Anyone that we know? Anyone that's trained anybody that we know?
Danny Fielder. I don't know if anyone, that some people may know of him.
Don't worry, I'll look up Danny Fielder and tell him that thank you for training Leon, because you went on. Did you go on to win your fight?
I did, yes.
How many of them did you have? Did you have to go like prize fighter, where you had to go through a certain amount of elimination?
No, it was just 2 fights. I just had one, and then one a year later, and that's been it.
Oh my God! So there was it was a year between before you had. Well, mind you, that's what most boxers do. But you raised a lot of money. You did this all for charity, isn't that correct?
Yeah.
What was the charity for? Which charity was it for? It
was the promoter. He had his own charity. It wasn't a charity of my choice. It was the whole event was for their charity.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my God. And I remember seeing it. I looked at him and I thought, wow, I am so proud of you, because you did something that was completely out of your comfort zone, completely out something that you would never ever do. So you know what? My utmost respect. I looked at it, proud of you. So I'm going to tell you to your face, proud of you. But you have to unbox it. Would you do it again?
Maybe, yeah. I think I would. I would, yeah.
So
for the same reason as before, because I feel like sometimes you need to kickstart that. You just end up falling back into the system where you're just coasting.
Right. So you went into that. It's a comfort zone, isn't it? And so deciding to yourself that I'm not going to sit in a comfort zone. I know where you're going from, because I know the same. I feel the same way when I started the whole, shenanigans with this. It was easy for me to turn around and give up. But now I don't. I've got the bit between my teeth, and so I'm taking all the good bits and the bad bits together, and that will elevate this to go further. Well, that's what I'm hoping. Anyway, not about me today. Right, we're going to come back to you. We'll come back. Right. You should do it to raise money for yourself. That's what a comment from someone in there. That's from Natasha. She's saying you should actually put on your own white collar show and do it for yourself.
I don't know how easy that would be, but we've got them to look into, I guess, yeah.
Is that something? I'm good. I tell you what, Natasha's really, really good at actually pushing people. I've got her on the show. To be honest, I didn't want to say anything too much, but Natasha Vigil is actually one of my guests on the 10th of November. I've got that the right date, haven't I? 10th of November. I've got too many dates and things going on. 10th or the 11th of November, I have got Natasha on, and this woman, there's no limit. There is just no limit to what this girl can do. So I'm going to put you in touch with her, because if that's something that you do, she runs Black Wall Street, London. And, someone else has just said, Emma from Penthouse to Sim, she said that's a great idea as well. So Natasha, I'm going to put you in touch with Leon, because he really is that good. And I feel that the two of you could probably come together, and when we come out of COVID, I can see it, I can feel it already. Trust me. I'm holding you there, and I'm holding Natasha there. Did you know what I'm saying? I can feel something happening here. All right. So let's make this happen. Right. So coming back to everything else here, because I'm winding down to you, because I want to talk about your so-called predictions on the football, because you think you know it all. You support Man United. We'll come back to that in a minute. Not everybody wants to hear about it, but anyway, right. So we're coming up to 5 years at Futgen. You've had Kevin Lisbie. Who else have you had down? Because what days do you just randomly do Instagram lives, or do you speak to someone and say, look, can you come on my show, etc., etc.?
Yeah, no, I just speak to people. So the Instagram lives came through that lockdown, the first lockdown, to be fair. But it was just trying to get people to share their stories and give advice to the kids that were at home. Just talk about the things that they've done. Yeah, so
I like that, because I tapped into that because I didn't know that you were doing that. So again, within the middle of my, you know, my interviewing and research, there was so much that you've just been doing. I'm going to skip back again, scooter back in just quickly. Ooh, did my light just go out? Listen, the devil is out. No, let me tell you how bad this week the devil is, right? Right? The devil is wicked, but you know what? The light is still there. It's okay. So no laughing in the group. The light just decided that the Holy Ghost power is moving just like a magnet. Let me just do a bit of Jesus singing here, and just he's moving here, he's moving there, he's moving all over the atmosphere. But anyway, that was my Jesus part, right? Okay. What was it like scouting at QPR?
It was good. It was interesting to be with other scouts and to go over the stuff that they're looking for in identifying different areas for different children at different ages, different positions. It was good to learn. We had Chris Ramsey was the ones that was teaching us, if you like.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fantastic.
The issue that I had was, obviously I'm in Chingford and around Tottenham, and QPR is like west.
Yeah, that's
not for me personally, but some of the kids that you may see something in, you might have parents that don't drive, so them trying to get their kids to West London for a training session at 5 o'clock
was difficult.
It's difficult. So that was my only problem that I had with QPR.
Do you still maintain contact with them?
I speak to them every now and then. I do still speak to them. So if I've got a player that they may be interested in,
right,
I've got somebody that I can call, and I can see when they are watching my Instagram stuff. So I can see that they're still watching what I'm doing.
Yeah. So before I come to the end of that and we scoot into something else, is there anybody that I want to thank you for actually coming on to the show. I'll do that. I'm going to ask that again in about the next 10-15 minutes. But before we come out of this, I just want to say, is there anybody that's played an influential role, rather apart from the sponsors, that you actually want to say thank you to? Do you know what I'm saying? That I think this would be the perfect moment to do that. Who would you say?
Obviously, it's got to be Paul, perhaps, first of all, for planting the seed in my mind. All the parents. Without the parents' support, without them bringing the kids to football, it wouldn't happen. So they're the ones standing out, even though they can be a nuisance sometimes. They're the ones that make it all happen. Yeah, it's all good though. I've been there myself, so I get it.
So have I.
Yeah, so you got to thank the parents, the support of the parents, and the kids. Yeah.
Anybody else?
Everyone. It takes a community for these things to work.
That's what I wanted to hear you say. It takes a community for this to work, for this to continue. Where do you see Futgen in 10 years' time? God sparing your life, that is. God sparing your life.
Where do I see us? With what I said, facilities, access to classrooms, where we could have people coming in, running an education program alongside sports, not just football. I've got people that I want to work with that don't even know it yet. Even my sister, she's very into netball. So that would be another area that we would want to start up with. And just through sports, help the next generation, the future generation.
Your son plays football and your daughter's a gymnast, isn't that correct?
Yeah, so my son plays. He still plays. He's had ups and downs in his football. He was at Leyton Orient, and he got signed to Wolverhampton, which they paid a decent amount of money for him. We didn't get it, but they did, pay a decent amount of money for him.
Yeah.
And my daughter, she's been doing her gymnastics and her cheerleading. She doesn't do the cheerleading much anymore. But yeah, we just got to try and keep them active. Build confidence through sports.
So, okay, fine. All right. I'll come back to Leon's career right at the end of this. What Leon doesn't understand is I got a quiz for him about. He decides that he's going to support Man United, or because he saw flipping Ryan Giggs kick a ball over his head. He does that. But anyway, that's what Leon decided to do. Now, yesterday in our conversation, Leon and I gave our predictions about the Premier League. Now, I know there's some people that don't probably even watch football, but that might be tuned in watching this. So I'm hoping that you can bear with us as we talk about some of the football results that went against me. Because I act like I think I know everything, and I do. I'm lying. I joke. I'm joking. Anybody that says it. But we all like to give our prediction. Now, at the beginning of the season, when the season kicked in, do you know, someone said, boo.
Your backdrop's gone again.
Oh my God. Do you know what? I'm just going to give up on the backdrop. I'm going to give up on the backdrop. How about if I just do that? I'm going to give up on the backdrop. I cannot be asked right now because I had to move everything round today. So look, white background, let's just do it. It's fine. So yesterday, you and I spoke about and no one laughed. No laughing out there, right? Don't even bother. I can see the people laughing already. Don't bother. You see, when you come next week, it's going to be all okay. This week was just a rubbish week, right? And the wall is still nice and clear. It's all good. Oh, backdrop, take it down. Yeah, I had to, because this it was just driving me nuts. Oh my days! Don't laugh, Liam. What are you laughing at? Anyway. Listen, you've got to learn to laugh at yourself, you know. Anyway, so yesterday, Leo and I decided that these were the games. So we had Chelsea, Sheffield United, and you said you had it at 3-0, didn't you?
I got 3-1 down.
Right, you had 3-1 down, and they actually, Chelsea, Sheffield United, 1-4-1. Tell me, did you see the game? Did you watch Match of the Day?
I've not been able to watch it, you know. I've not been able to watch it. Listen, I watched Man United, and then I turn it off.
Right, okay, we're going to go back to Matt. So yesterday, let me start again then. So yesterday, you decided that Man United was going to beat Everton 2-1. Was that right?
Yeah.
I said Everton was going to beat you guys 2-1. And then you said you don't know what's happened with Bruno Fernandes. What do you now think?
He done his thing, innit?
Mate, I couldn't believe it. I thought Leon just jinxed his team in a good way. That's just rubbish. Did you hear? And Carlo Ancelotti's post interview.
What did you say?
See that? So he was basically saying, because I couldn't believe how much space Everton had left. It's like he had honed a really good team right at the beginning. Everton was flying. The first probably 4 games, I think the whole of the Premier League, the whole of the league, any league anywhere, was really shocked. I guess you were as well, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
Okay. And I think, which is what I was saying, I truly believe the reason why they were flying is because everybody else was shite. Everybody else was shite and they just didn't have their act together. Do you know what I'm saying to you? But now that they've got found out. They've got found out.
You think so?
I think so, because you can't just, you're winning the first 4 games and you're winning it in bad boy fashion. I truly believe that, the goal that we gave away, which was a draw right at the beginning, that, when we started, they sat up there. They were giving Liverpool a run for their money. But here we are, game 7, game 8, and they've lost 3 on the bounce.
Yeah, I don't think they've been found out. I think they're going to come back again.
They may come back again, but come on now. Against the top teams, they've got to do better than that.
I don't think they're ever going to be like winning the league or anything like that. So I still think they're going to have a better season than they did last season.
You truly believe that? Because Calvin Lewis, what's his name? Richarlison's injured though, isn't he? For Everton. I forgot you don't watch anybody else's team but Man United. What kind of football coach are you? Do you know what I mean?
I know, it's bad, isn't it? You know what I've actually been doing? I've been watching lower divisions teams.
It still makes no difference. Everton is a lower division team. Sorry, Evertonians. Sorry, I didn't mean that. I'm just really being facetious. But anyway, all right. So we said, do you know what I mean? I obviously owe you because Man United ended up playing. What the hell was, why was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer complaining about? Because, all right, fair enough. You've had to play how many days in, you know, how many games in 3 days? Spurs played what? 5 games in 10 days and won all of them. What's the big deal? What are you complaining about?
What was he saying?
He was basically saying that they played the game on the Wednesday night and then they had to do a match day kickoff on the Saturday. But guess what? They played a match day kickoff on a Saturday, no fans in the stadium, and won for what? What was the score? 4-1 or something?
It was an early kickoff as well, wasn't it?
Early kickoff, yeah. So what I don't understand is what's the problem?
Did you say Spurs? What was Spurs playing?
No, not Spurs, Man United.
I don't know. I think they're saying that there's a whole thing about the subs as well, the substitutes, isn't it?
What about the subs though?
Have they changed the rules on how much subs you're now allowed to use?
It still makes no difference. You're a professional football team, right?
Yeah, but
you got a whole bag of players. You got a whole bag of Maguire seemed to have just turned up yesterday. I'm telling you something. It was either that Everton was shit, excuse me, on a Sunday, or Man United got a living roasting from probably Evra, and they decided to turn up, or they knew that they were playing for their lives.
I think that like the reason why I thought that they would win, obviously Everton being at home, and Everton got to attack, and Man United based on counter-attacking. It's when teams sit back against us that we then don't have a plan B.
Right.
But playing against teams that are going to attack us, like when we played against, who was it? PSG. Obviously, PSG are going to attack you.
Yeah.
So we're all right on the counter. That's why I thought we would beat Everton. Everton being at home, they're going to go for the win and leave gaps open.
They did.
Yeah.
They left a lot of gaps open. I think they took Manchester United for granted. They didn't expect Man United to, actually come out of the traps. But I genuinely believe that the lucky goal that Arsenal, and no one shoots me for saying this, the lucky goal that Arsenal got, which was a penalty with a bomb, which is what I call him, a bomb-yang, right? Got that it would have been a draw. So, but Man United is playing like a team that's got there's no gumption. And I'm not trying to knock your team because I'm waiting for you to come and have a go at me in a minute, right?
I can't even. I would have been happy to just skip past this whole Man United talk.
No.
No.
You don't come on in expect to bypass your team because it suits you. So I guess if you were number 4 or 3 in the Premier League, you'd be a happy bunny right now, right?
Number 4 or 3 in position, yeah.
Position. So wait, so you're a person like, well, I'm that kind of person, so I'm speaking for myself. When my team's playing shy, I am wiping them with the floor and telling them that they're shy. Now, right now, I'm having to eat my words regarding with Spurs, because the first 2-3 games, I was on social media I was going crazy like a bell end. Right now, I'm having to eat my words, so I'm gonna have to live up to that.
Going crazy, saying what?
That they're shit. Excuse my French. That they're
has something changed?
That was that hit my heart.
You know what? I'm just speaking. I've got a Tottenham supporter in my house right now. I don't know if this is something. He actually said that Harry Kane's better than Thierry Henry. Is this something that you guys think?
Oh, no, I've never thought about that. That's a very good point. Oh my God, I hope there's no gooner that's going to come and literally go mental. Yeah, so I think Harry Kane's a lot better than Thierry Henry. No.
He says as an all-round striker, he's better than Thierry Henry.
That's interesting because I
heard that literally about an hour ago, and I thought I need to speak.
Is that Reece that said that?
That was today. Just now, it's still sitting downstairs in my house now.
Oh, hold on, Reece said that.
No, my wife's dad.
Oh right, he said. Oh well, you're right. Your wife's dad would know. Because I was going to say, if it was a young person that made that kind of statement, I could understand that. But is he an Arsenal or Tottenham supporter?
What do you think?
He's a Tottenham supporter.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to sit on the fence on that one because as much as
There's no fence to sit on.
Cha, brother, as much as I don't like Arsenal, no, I'm going to go with her dad because he is an all-round better player. Your face is priceless. Trust me.
I didn't think there was anybody else in the world that agreed with that.
Harry Kane, oh my God, no. Henry was bad. I'm not going to lie. He was a bad boy player. And that one irks me because no one has ever asked me that question.
Yeah, because I didn't even think anyone would even think to ask that question.
Do you know what? I'm going to have to shake his hand. But anyway, let's move it along and we come to the end of the show. Right now, Leicester is winning 1-0 against Wolves. And I automatically think that, that Leicester's going to win anyway. I said to you yesterday, what did I say yesterday? 2-1 to Leicester? 2-0
I said 1-1.
Right, well, it's 1-0 at the moment, and his 66 minute is gone. At the moment, Spurs won. So I'd like to think that we're probably... Are we top of the league yet?
No, well, if Leicester win, they're top.
Sorry?
You're second with Leicester currently winning.
Right, okay. So if Leicester loses, we go top.
Yeah.
Oh, please lose, Leicester. But then don't forget, you've got Man City is going to play Liverpool at 4:30.
Yeah.
So
when you look at the table now, it looks like, when you used to watch Premiership years and you got them crazy teams sitting at the top of the table. That's what it looks like right now.
No, yeah. I remember them days we used to have like Blackburn Rovers, Middlesbrough, Sunderland or something. Newcastle. And then all of a sudden, the middle of the season, you find them at the bottom fighting for relegation. I can't imagine Southampton be fighting relegation. I definitely can't see Wolves shouldn't be fighting relegation, this season. It's just unheard of. But I see that Leeds lost yesterday, which I'm really shocked about, and Crystal Palace absolutely pulverised them.
Yeah, I had that at 1-1.
Right, but they won 4-1.
And I said that Leeds wouldn't concede goals like that again. So I got that one well wrong.
Yeah. So I'm really surprised. What do you think is happening down there?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I heard that he's a very good coach. I know that a lot of coaches look after him, look up to him. So I don't know. Maybe they've been found out. They've got a system of playing. They've got a way of playing, haven't they? Yeah.
I just find that they ship too many goals. That's all. I genuinely believe that they ship too many goals. All right. The last question I'm going to ask is, so we've looked at the table. We've got Arsenal. Ooh, Arsenal plays today.
I've got them down as a 3-0 win. 3-0 to Arsenal.
You think Arsenal's going to be 3-0? I would love to see Arsenal lose to Aston Villa, 3-1 to the Villa. I'm not a big fan of Aston Villa. Sorry to the Arsenal supporters. But no, I'm going to go with professionally. I think this could be a draw. I genuinely believe that this could be a 2-2 draw. If I had it my way, I'd like to see 3-1. But you're saying it's 3-0 to Arsenal. Now, yesterday you were on a roll, but today's Sunday. This is a different roll altogether, right? It's a different roll altogether. What was the prediction? Man City, Liverpool. What's your prediction?
2-2.
2-2. Yay. I'm inclined to go with you. For the first time, I'm going to agree on that draw with you. But if I did agree on the draw with you, I feel that Man City could probably do Liverpool 2-1.
Okay.
And on that note, I'm not going to buzz you with the quiz because we talked football instead. I wanted to see your face go absolutely crazy. And I'm going to give you a quiz on.
I just went on Google straight away when you said that.
You went on Google straight away?
Yeah, straight away. I had Google tab ready.
All right. I tell you what, if you're up for it, here we go.
No, we don't need to do it.
Yeah, we can do it.
Right. I'll try not to.
Let me bring up my quizzes. Right, it's all about Man United, right?
Oh, you're going to expose me now.
Right, listen, it's only 5 quick fire quizzes before we log out and say bye to the bloody world, right? Here we go. Manchester United quizzes. Let me bring up my football facts. Here we go. Come on, load up. I had a whole little program ready for you. Ready. Which 4 foreign countries have hosted Man United versus Tottenham Hotspur matches? I bet you didn't know that one.
No.
You don't know?
No.
Really?
What are they?
Hold on.
You don't have the answer?
Hold on. My page is... Oh. Wow. If there ever was a day that I want to throw my whole house out the window, today is the day that... Do you know what I mean?
You don't want to do the quiz.
It is. You know what I mean? This is the day. If you look at all my other shows, everything. It's Leon, it's you, you know.
It must be.
It is you. It is definitely you. And I asked the question and the whole thing just went zoop. Okay, here we go. Which 4 questions? Come on. Doesn't want me to answer the question. And the whole thing literally just froze. Okay, let's go with this one. Which club did Wayne Rooney score a hat-trick against on his Man United debut?
Was that Champions League? Was that
No, his debut for Man United.
I don't know. Pass.
Really?
Go on, who was it?
Wasn't it Everton?
I don't know.
It wasn't.
You're asking me.
No, joke. It was Fenerbahce.
So that's what I said, Champions League.
Doesn't matter. What was the answer? Which club?
It's going to be Fenerbahce. That's what I was going to go with.
You're right, Leon. You weren't going to go with that.
That's why I said, was it Champions League?
Oh, right. Oh, so you actually knew. Oh, so you think you knew the
I
answer.
was going to go with Fenerbahce.
Okay. All right. Here's another one.
Go ahead.
Who is the oldest player to play for Man U? Here we go. Let me go. Which United player scored an extra time goal to win the 2016 FA Cup final?
Do you have multiple choice?
No.
You have call a friend or something?
No, this is not. Oh my days! Don't do.
I give up.
All right. 2, 3.
Give me 3 players. Give me 3 players to choose from.
Greenwood, Lingard, Rashford.
Lingard.
Yeah, you're right. Wow. That was a guess, right?
No, I knew that one.
Whatever. Right, okay, here we go. Next question. I'm going to throw the laptop outside the window. No one heard me say that, did they? That I'm going to throw the laptop outside the window. Okay, next question that we've got here. You've got 3 more to go. Which United player became the first ever to be sent off in an FA Cup final?
Cantona. I don't know.
No. Kevin Moran.
Okay. That was before my time, I think, wasn't it? When was
Don't
that?
matter. You should know about your team. I think I know more about Man United than you do.
We just study trophies.
What? What's that supposed to mean? That is rubbish. Okay, here we go. Who scored Bayern Munich's goal in the 1990 European Cup final, which was played with Man United?
Who scored Bayern Munich's goal?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mario Basler. Do you remember him?
No.
Don't say that's before your time. That was only 1999.
Was that when we won it?
Okay, here we go. From which team did Manchester United purchase Fred in 2018?
Where is he from? Was he from Dortmund or something?
What are you asking me for? I'm asking you.
I just give up.
Shakhtar Donetsk.
Okay.
Right, one more before we're out of here.
Good.
I'm going to give you, I had 10 dirty questions for you. They were dirty questions, you know. Right, here we go. Which team ended Manchester United's European Cup campaign at the semi-final stage in 1998? Do you want me to say it again? Which team ended Manchester United's European Cup campaign at the semi-final stage in 1998?
Barcelona.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
You're absolutely sure about that?
Go on, who was it?
Borussia Dortmund.
Okay.
I'm going to give you one more because I can't help myself. This one, you should get it. Oh, my days. Please tell me you can get this. Right. Last question coming up. Here we go. Because I've enjoyed our time here. Which Manchester United player won the English Footballer of the Year and PFA Player of the Year awards in 2000. So they've won Player of the Year and PFA Player of the Year. Who was it?
You got multiple choice.
No.
Go on.
Give me a guess.
2000. Was that when Beckham was about? Who was about?
Give me a guess.
Beckham. David Beckham. Who was about?
No, it was Roy Keane.
Okay.
Why'd your face look like, really?
I'm not too surprised by that, to be fair.
Listen, it has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you to everyone in the chat room. Thank you to everyone that was on from Insta to Restream to Twitch to Standing in My Truth page to my page. Thank you for the patience and my backdrop that just kept falling down, which, you know, I did. Do you know what I'm saying? Never going to happen again. Never. But Leon, it has been an absolute pleasure with all the gremlins. This is one weekend that I'd like to throw out the window, but keep you right there. Thank you for coming on. Say bye to everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you to everyone for tuning in. And once again, Standing in My Truth Sports Edition, only it's a Sunday supplement. Take care, my darling. God bless. He's out of here.
Bye.
See you, baby. See ya. Thank you to everybody, those in the chat room who stuck with me. Look at this eye again. Still not getting any better. Looks like I'm going to have to, do you know what? They said to me, I might have to have an operation. So looks like Val's going to have this eye drained. Finally, I know you're probably having something to eat, or sorry about that. But yeah, finally, I think where I can stop wearing my glasses again, but this eye is just not getting any better. But Standing in My Truth, the Sunday supplement, sports edition. It's the first time on a Sunday. Looks like I might have to move Saturdays to Sunday because I quite enjoyed that, because by then we've had all the football. Next up on Thursday, sure the 10th is a Wednesday, you know, Natasha. But next up, I've got Natasha Vigil from Black Wall Street, London, and Copaconia candles. She is up with us because you keep putting your dirty fingers on. Do you know what? Siobhan says that to me, Natasha. I've got Natasha up in the house talking everything about her business, how everything is going, how she started, talking about COVID, meditation, keeping her, you know, a mental state around her with all the cancellations through COVID. Please join me for that. In the next coming weeks, I have got the most amazing guest that's going to be joining us as well. I forgot to mention from our lovely Leon, we're going to try and get Kevin Lisbie on one of the Saturday shows. I've also got Dagenham footballer coming on, which is Nathan Smith. I've got the Rugger Twins up in a couple of weeks' time. I have the wonderful Jenny Gow that's going to join us from F1 again on the Sunday. Well, it might be the Sunday supplement or it might be the Saturday. But what I'm trying to say is we have amazing, I cannot believe the amount of people that I have booked to come on. I've also got Corinne Siao, who runs on Sky. She's got a 13-week session about meditation. And not forgetting, on the 25th of November, we also have the motivational show where I have the four of us, but there's 3 wonderful guests, and joining them will be Diane Alexander Henry, talking about everything motivational, from relationships to everything that's going on in our lives right now. All I want to say to you all is, keep it together, folks. Keep it together. This cannot last forever. Stay safe. I know you don't want to stay home. I know we all want to party. Right now, I could just do actually skanking, but I'm going to park music for a second and just say, stay safe, stand in your truth. See you next time. See you in the week. Bye.